Well, Killary has struck again. The reporter who broke the Clinton-Lynch Tarmac story, you remember that? And received significant death threats. Oh, kind of like how people are threatening, other scientists are threatening the scientists that believe the lab leak theory. Well, this guy was found dead. The body of Birmingham, Alabama journalist who broke the story about the controversial 2016 Tarmac meeting in Phoenix between Bill Clinton and then Attorney General Loretta Lynch was found on Saturday morning of an apparent suicide. Of course. The 45-year-old Christopher Sine, a news anchor at ABC in Birmingham, was discovered at around 8 a.m. by police and fire personnel, who, of course, are deepest sympathy. Yes, and this is why moral courage is a virtue, because some men will pay the ultimate price. Christopher Sine, meanwhile, had complained last year of receiving significant death threats, having his credit cards hacked, and had to create code words to talk to his children. This is the reporter who broke the Clinton-Lynch Tarmac story, dead from suicide, but he was also getting death threats. Let's see.
You've paid the price for this career-wise. What kind of threats or what have you received?
Well, my family received significant death threats shortly after breaking this story. Credit cards hacked. My children, we have code words. We have secret code words that they know what to do. And that's why I came back to WBMA, ABC 3340 in Birmingham, because when I was enduring the death threats, it was my former Alabama football family and my teammates, my coaches who circled around me.
Wow. Oh my. Read all about it. You can get the book right now, Secret on the Tarmac. It's at ChristopherSign, SIGN.com.
And on Amazon as well.
All right.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, the Democrats just can't stop killing. They're completely corrupt. They can't stop murdering, molesting, destroying, and lying. And yet people think that they're being virtuous. So, you're familiar. He was an Emmy-award winning reporter who made headlines June 27, 2016 at the Tarmac meeting. The meeting between Clinton and Lynch occurred days before Comey announced that the Bureau would not press charges against Hillary, after the agency changed internal language describing Clinton's conduct from gross negligence to extremely careless, which doesn't actually matter when it comes to this sort of crime. But, for Hillary, they changed the rules. We watched them change the rules on Amy Coney Barrett. They'll change the rules for a Democrat, and they'll punish a patriot. And gross negligence is a term of art and criminal law associated with recklessness. Extremely careless, on the other hand, is not a legal term of art. So it was Comey that made that all possible, and they basically got Clinton off so that she could continue to run. And this investigation that this guy broke, it appears to have quite an effect on Hillary's investigation, despite the fact she still lost. And now the guy who broke the story is dead. And John Cardillo, however you say it, all I'm saying is there's an insanely disproportionate amount of suicides among those who've done the Clintons wrong. Yes, and a list of 71, actually. I guess you can make that 72 now. I'll link to this. I don't care who you are. Nobody has 56 friends who committed suicide. Yeah, that number just keeps climbing. Like, they just can't stop killing, guys. Jeff Epstein. And, you can go through this list, but it goes on and on and on. James McDougal of Whitewater. Mark Mahoney, White House intern. Vince Foster. Deputy of White House Counsel of Law. I laugh. It's not funny. It just goes on and on. You can see these names. Killed themselves. Florence Martin. Paula Grobert. Her speech interpreter for the deaf. Her speech interpreter for the for the death. That word death just keeps coming out of my mouth. I wonder why. On and on and on. I mean, imagine if Trump had a pile of bodies like this. And then you can see these bodyguards. What did these guys know? Former military members, a lot of them. Captain, sergeant, major general, colonel. Oh, man, on and on and on. We're only in the 40s, guys. Look at this. The family dentist. They killed their own dentist. It just goes on. Like Seth Rich, of course, you remember that one. DC staffer that was murdered and robbed, but nothing was stolen on him from him, despite the fact he had his wallet on him with money in it. I just wonder when people will get tired of this. I just wonder why people can consider themselves good and support this. Here you have American chef Anthony Bourdain tweeting, "I'm in no way an HRC fan, Hillary Rodham Clinton. I've been on the receiving end of her operative's wrath, and it ain't fun." He claims Bill Clinton was entitled, rapey, gropey, grabby, and disgusting. Bourdain expressed his little respect for Barack Obama. Anthony Bourdain allegedly took his own life by hanging. Let's see. Who else we got? I mean, these go back to the early 90s. The first one, let's see, go down to 71. The first one was actually in 1987. Two boys that were just hunting. And the story was they got ran over by a train. What they actually got tangled up in was some orchestrated cover-up for a drug drop and something Bill was involved in as a governor. And just killed them. Two kids, man. They weren't even 18. They were like 16 and 17. So much murder. So much death. Over the years, there was one ex-Clinton insider that helped put together the Clinton Chronicles and exposed many of the deepest secrets of the crime family. His name is Larry Nichols. And after learning that he suffered from cancer, he decided to make one last very powerful confession. He admitted he was the hitman for the Clintons. He says, "They sent me overseas to kill people for them, and told me it was for the good of the country. So when they asked me to do it for them in the States, it felt no different. The real truth is I did it for the money, and I don't give an S about the women I beat and the men I murdered. The Clintons are bad people, and I did bad things for them. I had to live with that all of these years, and now I just don't care anymore. Who knows it?" Larry maintains the Clintons were into so many illegal activities at the time, they had to have a team of mercenaries made up of friends and state troopers to cover it up and to keep them protected from the public finding out. Hashtag Clinton body count. So you really want a progressive? You really want a progressive government? You really think these are good people? Yeah. Look into these. Read these. The people on this list, man. And tell me that the Democrats are good people. It's insane. I don't care who you are. Nobody has 72 friends who have killed themselves.